now, where it's treading at like 4, and then it spikes at like 12, 13, and then settles in. Maybe my bitrate's a little too high. We'll see. Anyway, take 2. JF Raptor, welcome back. How you doing today? Hopefully the bitrate will settle down. But for now, we are in a horrifying dystopia. You're still at the office working. Oh, sorry to hear that. I hope that you're able to go home soon. You know, it is that time of the year. I did get, I mean, not that it matters for you. I did pull together most of my documents. Ooh, spiky time. Oh, pretty sparkles. Most of the documents I need to do my taxes. The one thing I'm missing is actually, I need one more document from somewhere, and then I should be good. Steph and I are hoping to take care of that soon. But yeah, hopefully it's a smooth tax season, and I mean, I'm sure it doesn't help. I mean, possibly unrelated, but you know, the Raptors are playing the way they're playing, and that's been disappointing. At least if it was a crazy time, you could at least have the Raptors to cheer for, which is, I mean, you can still cheer for them. They're just not playing particularly well right now. You know, and say what you will about the officiating, which has been atrocious. Say what you will about the injuries, of which there are some. Sucks that Scotty got hurt, and sucks that Gary is sick, and Kem is banged up. I still don't think the Raptors are playing like themselves. Something got mixed up along the way, and they just don't look like themselves. The effort's not quite the same. They're getting beat really easily on defense. Their offense is just completely stifled. It's just give the ball to Fred or Pascal, let them play in ISO just to take a crazy shot, and it's kind of miserable to watch, because this isn't the basketball team that I have been cheering for all season, and for some reason they have just completely forgotten how to play basketball, and it's pretty disappointing. Oh, I can just shoot the spikes out? That's kind of cool. I had no idea. So, next game, Game 3 tomorrow. It is technically possible for the Raptors to come back. Not looking good, but they have come back from 0-2 in the past. It really does suck. Yeah, I had a really hard time watching last night's game, even though they were kind of okay in the first half, and then Fred and Pascal got tired. Yeah, when they were missing like 17 out of 20 shots, like what the heck are we even doing here? This team has been such a roller coaster this season. Yeah, they have had bad stretches, and we've known the entire year that the offense was, even at full strength, the offense was going to be hit and miss. And we saved another hit in Waddle D. You're welcome, homie. Uh-oh. And here we are in the nightmare scenario of it stalling out while short-handed. And our defense is bad now, too. Like, ugh. I hope they figure it out. I hope they figure it out. And it stinks because, like, going into this season, I kept saying it's a development year. It doesn't really matter if we win or lose. And now we've exceeded all expectations. Everything is gravy at this point. And I'm really mad that we're flaming out as hard as we have been. Because it's like, going into the series, I felt like the Raptors had a decent shot against Philly. And I think, depending on how certain things shake out, maybe they still do. But right now, absolutely not. They look horrible. And, you know, say what you will about the refs, say what you will about the injuries, they're not playing Raptors basketball, like, at all. Development year, they're kind of overachieved. Yeah. And I think that's something that we can't take for granted, that this season is a win, no matter what, as long as Scotty hasn't suffered any sort of, career-threatening injury here or anything like that. There was no championship or bust expectations here. We're already ahead of schedule. That's cool. Again, though, considering how things have shaken out, it feels like we could have, and maybe we can, still do a little more. I think if we lost in the second round, okay, fine. I think this team is at least good enough to get there. Past that, I don't know. I don't know. The Raptors have done well against Miami in the regular season. I don't know if we have the horses to get through a 7-game series, but all right. Water balloon Kirby, put out this fire. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no! 3 of the 7 lava balls? Oh, we missed some. And I think because... Oh, we can't get that Trap Waddle Dee now because we took too long. We've seen it all as Raptors fans since day one. You're right. We've seen the Raptors play absolutely horrible basketball, and we've seen them win the championship. Hey! We saved a couple Waddle Dees, 5. Oof. The less than the bare minimum there. We're gonna have to pick it up going into the next one. Ooh, very nice. Fleur Tornado. Shoutouts to Gila Fleur. Rocket Richard. Hockey legends. Then you're right, the Sixers are in a different spot. They are where the Raptors were in 2019. Win or bust. Homing bomb treasure. Yes, let's go. I still want to beat him though. I hate Philly so much. Ugh. Lots of, I'm sure, in light of our playoff history, both in the Vince Carter era and in the Kawhi Leonard era, lots of bad feelings from both sides of the court. There we go. Ooh, look at the... Oh. Uh-oh. Ah. Get in there. Get... Okay. Yes. And... Oh. Did we get all 3? Or are we hitting them in the wrong order or something? Are we taking too long? Is that what's going on? Oh, there's a further one. Okay. Got it. Oh my goodness. Oh, I am doing this all... Okay. We're trying again. We're trying again. I was not looking at that properly, and I had misunderstood the assignment, as the kids would say. Oh. Okay. So we have to go and throw the bombs at all the triggers, and there's probably one behind here. No, there isn't one behind there. Okay. Side, side, front, and then front. Okay. Side. Oh. Oh. That's actually kind of cool. how that worked out. No! Oh, it climbed all the way up. That's kind of weird. Hey, we got it. Okay. And there it is. We're laughing. GG's. Yeah, so far, Raptors series has been wildly disappointing. It feels like that one Washington series where we ended up getting swept. And at least that game one, I was at that game one where we lost in overtime. It felt like there was hope. At least in that first game, Graves Vasquez hit the big three, did the shimmy, and then we lost. And right now it feels like there's no hope. They just feel like they're going to roll over and die, which is wildly uncharacteristic for the team that we've been cheering all year long. In other, I mean, switching subjects here, I can only talk about the Raptors so much here. How was everybody's Easter? Steph and I went to, I mean, what did we do? Oh, a movie I don't know, I can't remember if we saw it Easter weekend. We might have seen, but we definitely saw it. The movie Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, starring Michelle Yeoh, cameos by Jamie Lee Curtis, and a whole bunch of other people. Phenomenal movie. Absolutely amazing. It is, the name is very much fitting of what the movie is about, and there's a lot going on, and it's one of these types of movies, like, I don't feel comfortable really going in depth in the conversation unless you've already watched the movie, because I really don't want to spoil it for you. So you'll just have to take my word for it. It's great. Go watch it however you can. If you're not comfortable going to the movie theater, wait for it to go in streaming or something. But what a stellar movie. Ooh. And it's got, yeah, we were down 0-2 against Milwaukee. Okay. Ah, I think this is it. I think this is the strat. Yes. Ooh, secrets. And we save the hidden Waddle Dee. Love it. Yeah, I will say, Everything Everywhere All at Once has everything. It's got action. It's got drama. It's got comedy. It's got love. Like, everything you could want in a movie, it has it. And it does it in a really cool way. Unlike anything else I've seen. So, would highly recommend. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How do I... Oh. This weapon feels a little weird against this boss. Like, it's hard to get. I mean, I guess you could just cherry pick and, you know, pop up from under and then... Ah, no! No, 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 no. There we go. Get those pokes in. One more time. Sure you can. Okay. Can I... Do I have to drop the ability in order to... Yeah, okay. And now we can spin. For Easter, yeah, we saw Everything Everywhere All at Once. What else did we do? There was Easter dinner at Steph's parents' place where... Wait, how do I do the thing? Isn't this the tornado thingamabobber? Yeah, no? Or is that this one? Is this the same thing? Can't I... Or is this... Can I just glide... Oh, I just glide over the ice? That's kind of cool. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Huh. Oh, yeah, Kirby can't take that much heat. Ah, that's pretty clever. Yeah, there was a family dinner, there was a bit of an Easter egg hunt, and Steph's parents live with like a big backyard. It's like an acre, and there was a big Easter egg hunt. I got a couple. Saved most of the eggs for the kids at this point. I don't really need the eggs and the chocolate. If anything, my belly would appreciate it if I didn't make it work so hard. Okay, float all the way back up. But no, Easter was good. I did, and of course, speaking of belly, there was a lot of food this year. A lot of food. Everybody brought stuff, and I wanted to try it all, which ultimately was a bad idea. I overcommitted, and I ended up being the one who had the giant plate of food that was still full, and it was kind of embarrassing. So yeah, make sure to just take what you need, or what you think you can eat. Don't want to waste food. All right. Oh, I have a feeling there was probably something. Oh no. Probably something on the other side. Oh. And it doesn't matter because we are passed out. Ugh. Okay, let's try this again. Shall we? And the weather today, what the weather on, it was Monday. It was snowing like crazy here, which is kind of nuts because I know it's Canada, and you know, the perception of Canada is it's snowing all the time, which isn't true. We are heading into the spring, and oh, okay. So you can't let go of the air. Oh, hold on. Oh, no, there's nothing there. Yeah, you can't let go of the air if you want to land. Oh, okay, it didn't even matter there. So I haven't quite figured out how that part works. Oh. Oh no. Why does this keep happening? Oh, I have to ice. Don't I have to ice this whole thing? And now it's probably gonna be an issue. Oh no. Oh, why did it take me all the way back here? Okay. We'll be better. We'll do better. Again, apologize if you're seeing the streams like a little choppy here and there. It's just my internet not behaving nice at this point. Maybe yeah, I might have to drop the bit rate here. We've dropped a ton of frames. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Let's see if we can change this. We're doing it live. What are we currently set at right now? Output. Let's drop this to 4500. Changing it live, and hopefully lowering the bitrate leads to a more stable stream. We'll see. Ah, what? Are you winning yet? No, we've actually lost quite a bit, Copper Key. I'm sorry. Oh, I don't have the ice power up. Shoot. Oh, I have to. Okay, now we do. Oh, and there's a burger, secret burger. Love that. Okay, moving on. We need to ice that whole bridge, and then take the cone all the way across. Easy peasy, right? Okay. You got this, Kirby. You got... No! Why did that... Okay. All right, leap of faith. One more time. No! Okay. That's wildly disappointing. No, we are not changing the difficulty. It's if you want to change the difficulty, just it's totally okay. Play the game at whatever difficulty you're comfortable with. I would prefer to stick to the regular one. Favorite iteration of Kirby? The car? I think the car is probably my favorite right now. Well, yeah, car is probably my favorite right now. Uh-oh. Alright, let's try this again. Ice all the way across. We know there's going to be a fireball coming in. We wait. Oh, we made the jump! Yes! And now we spike. I have a feeling we probably didn't need to do all of that. We're getting a secret room, a secret Waddle Dee, potentially. There we go, yes. Okay. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we're gonna lose a lot of time here. Open, open, open! Hit the switch. And where are we going next? Over here. Tip it, tip it, tip it! And change height. There we go. Save the Waddle Dee. Love to see it. Okay. I know we're nearing the end of Kirby here, and I am looking forward to the next big Nintendo game. I don't think it's gonna be like a regular Wednesday game or anything like that, but anyone here excited for Nintendo Switch Sports? Uh-oh. Definitely looking forward to playing that. We're probably gonna do that at, like, I know we're eons away from Extra Life 2022. I'm almost certain that Nintendo Switch Sports is going to end up as part of the Extra Life 2022 lineup. That game has Extra Life written all over it. And it's fascinating. We've gone full circle with Nintendo Switch Sports, where Nintendo Wii Switch or Wii Sports was the biggest game in the universe, but then it also carried with it a lot of negative juju for being sort of the harbinger of casual gaming. And, you know, Nintendo kind of changing directions and leaving core gamers out in the cold, and kind of a lot of the types of games that kind of made core gamers feel left out. Ooh, this one might be one of my favorites. Just the giant donut. And now here we are, over a decade later, and the world, you know, Nintendo's like, yeah, we're gonna try this sports thing again, and I think that it's going to do very well. I don't think there's any shot at it being as big or bigger than the Wii Sports was back in the day. Times are different now. The novelty of motion controls is, I think, not nearly as appealing, or exciting to most in the way that it was back then. Oh no, did we at least hit a checkpoint? Did we at least hit a checkpoint before we fell off the bridge? Oh, this would probably make it easier, wouldn't it? Yeah. I should have taken the Ranger ability all along. Okay. There it is. Oh, that's like way easier. Okay. And now here we are. Like, I guess I remember being super excited for the Nintendo Wii at the time. I actually remember exactly where I was when Nintendo announced the name of the Wii. Because at that point I was like really into reading the Internet for Gaming News, N64. I think at that point it was IGN. And hey, Gaoli, what sports would you want Nintendo to add in the future? Oh, I don't know. Deodorant brand ad? I think they're trying to tell you something, Gaoli. Also, welcome and congrats on the raid today. You have like over 50 people on your stream. Love to see it. Again, shout outs to Gaoli. Can we get the shout out button working? Let's see if it works. Yeah, shout outs to Gaoli. Go follow his channel over there. Does art and plays video games too. Super rare. Sometimes it's just you. I mean, that's everybody, right? Uh-oh. Are we supposed to... Oh, yeah, we are supposed to just jump onto this boat. Okay. Facebook put a damper on that. What happened with Facebook? And to answer Copper Key's question about, like, what sort of sports, I guess anything that's going to work well with the types of motion controls that the Switch has. Like, sure, I could just say, like, here are my favorite sports, and say, yeah, put basketball in there. But I would want something that works. I mean, there could be like a 3-point shootout sort of thing. That could be fun. I know baseball's not in the new one, right? If baseball's not in the new one, I would want that. Yeah, baseball seems like an easy fit. Also, there has to be something around here, right? Of course there is. And we get ourselves a little gotcha there. I think that's one of the big lessons from the Nintendo Wii era of motion controls. I feel like players and game developers just had unrealistic expectations for what types of controls we could have with the technology we had at the time, and it wasn't anywhere near close to what we would have wanted it to be. And sure, motion controls have gotten better, but I feel like devs have also gotten more comfortable with finding the right applications for that type of movement and not trying to shoehorn it into existing games, but make new stuff. You got a notification from Instagram that says your account is no longer eligible for branded content. I don't know what that means or what you would have done to trigger that. Do you have it as a business account, or is it set up as a personal one? Immediately banned from a function you never heard about. Decreases your visibility or shadow banned. I have no idea. I'm so sorry that happened to you. I think I'm set up as a business account, or in third person specifically. It's a personal account. Okay. I don't know. Maybe that makes a difference. Then again, there are people who have personal accounts that do like social media influence business stuff all the time, so I have no idea. Ooh, 2 more challenges. This one's locked, the Wild Hammer treasure. Twin drill. Oh, okay. Burning, churning power plant. No. And I don't know, yeah, brand sponsorships or how that even works, and I'm sure you could set up your own deals. I mean, I've gotten messages in my Instagram DMs for like, hey, you want to partner with my gamer clothing apparel line thing? Also, can we just appreciate how cool this looks? This like Steam factory, grimy, dingy place. It looks great. No option to contact a human. Yeah, that's one of the unfortunate realities of a service like that. There's so many people. I had an issue with my YouTube account last year where I reported someone who I wanted to file a DMCA against someone who literally stole my video, and then YouTube ended up closing my channel. And I was like, what the heck? Thankfully, I ultimately did get a hold of, well, a human being did review my case at some point, and they were able to correct the issue. Yeah, Steampunk Kirby, absolutely. Uh-oh. But yeah, with these big companies and these social platforms, it's highly unlikely that you'll get a hold of a human being because of how much is going on behind the scenes and moderating and all that. With Twitch, I've heard that if you've got issues with your Twitch account, it's basically impossible to get a hold of a human being. And I've known of people who were like wrongfully, you know, perma-banned and stuff like that, you know, as they claim, and they just never were able to get a hold of a human being to dispute their case. Make a new Instagram? Easier said than done, Gowly. Oh, what? I was just firing off the cuff, and we have exposed a... Oh no, I can't get up there. Oh no, I'm sorry, homies. Yeah, I think the challenge is, like, at a certain point, all of these businesses are going to, like, social media platforms, they're just too big and there's too much to moderate, and it's impossible for even an army of human beings to keep up with all of it. Oh, Kirby is incredible. Insanely cute. Okay, we're missing a gem. Where is the fourth gem? I'm guessing it's gonna be somewhere up here. Called it. There we go. Oh, okay, the first one we missed was along the way. Uh-oh. Oh, can we... When the game has something respawn, they want us to use the thing. Yes. Oh. Took a big hit there. Yeah, shoutouts to the old days of social media. Anyone here have an Asian Avenue account? A MySpace? I did not. I started at MySpace. I actually had, when I was making music, I had a MySpace and I put my beats up there, and it had decent traction. Like, my top beat had over 10,000 listens, which is something, and I did get reached out to by some rappers that wanted to use my beats, and they were, you know, asking for permission and stuff, which was cool. You should put your music to Spotify. I'd have to sign up with like a distributor and stuff, and I have no expectations for my music doing doing anything at this point or anyone caring. It's on... Some of my music's on SoundCloud. I think I've uploaded some of that stuff. Yay, SoundCloud. Yeah, I guess I could dig that up if anyone actually cared to listen to that stuff. Beats from the mid-2000s. It's very dated at this point. Oh, are we playing... This is like that Japanese game show where you have to fit through the... Hold on. Wait. Fit through the shapes? That's kind of rad. Hey. Alright, after this level, I'll put a link to my SoundCloud here. I don't upload anything. I haven't uploaded anything to it in forever. I don't know. I've thought about getting back into making music. I even like bought software, like it was super cheap, like beat making software, and thought about streaming it, and then I couldn't figure out how to make it work on stream, and then I stopped. But I don't think I have it in me to I don't know. Could I go back to it and make something I'm happy with? I don't know. Could I make something that sounded okay relative to what's out there right now? Maybe. I do have like a dream music project that I still would like to complete at some point. It's basically like an instrumental album thing, and I have the name of it in my head, and I've been sitting on it for years. I just haven't made any new material. Let me go and find the link to my SoundCloud. Give me a sec here, and we'll pull up. Sign. Oh wait, you know what? In case anyone has the super zoomed in camera and can see me log in with my information, I will change. Not that it like. Here we go. The question. Other. Yeah, there's a bunch of beats here. Some of my better stuff. I'll pop that in the there it is in the chat in case you're interested in some beats. I have used some of it on stream here. The BRB music, actually. This is my beat. This is one of my favorites, actually. And I'd made like the way that the stream music is set up. I have a playlist of just like my original beats that I could be using instead of stream beats, and I just haven't used it. How long did it take me to compose a bear? I mean, at the time, it could be like just the foundation of it could be a couple of minutes. Oftentimes it would take me hours, or like just chipping away at it for days. There were certain beats that took me weeks to make, where it was just like, I like this drum sound, I can't find the snare though, or I've got this melody, but then I found these other melodies that I kind of like, and I don't know which should be the lead one. Like this one's just kind of missing some sort of sound or what have you. So I ended up making like a few hundred before I just stopped. And yeah, some of them would take like there'd be projects I'd come back to like a year later, and we're like, oh, this is there. If I attack it this way, then this actually sounds kind of sick. It was a fun time. I learned a lot, despite the fact that at the time I couldn't really play. I couldn't play musical instruments. I didn't know anything about that. I have since kind of learned how to play the ukulele and the guitar, but at that point it was like, I don't know how to play instruments. I don't know how to use any of this beat making software, and I just figured it all out. And I made a lot of garbage along the way before I made a handful of tracks that I think are still good to this day. that I'm like, at the very least, I am proud of. Yeah, good might be a stretch, but I made tracks that I am happy with, even now. Oh, this gorilla is back. Gorimondo. Uh-oh. I don't know how you're supposed to get out of that. Like, at a certain point. Oh, we can just keep firing. I don't even have to charge it up. Yeah, just empty the clip. Uh-oh. I mean, yeah, when you do charge the shots, it does do a little more damage here. The auto aim is not great. So just mashing the button isn't a reliable enough solution to firing. Oh, did the Poke Flute not work there? I know I'm in the middle of a boss fight. Hold on, okay. It should work in a sec, JF Raptor. Give me, and I'll give you your points back. Always the first one. And I know I'm in the middle of, this is the worst time to be fixing that. It should work now. Okay. Yeah, maybe at some point. Like, I do have a lot of stories about the beats that I've made and kind of the inspirations behind them and some of the sounds and what I learned in that process. Maybe would you guys be interested in a listening party where I just vibed out to some tracks I made 15 years ago? And I guess I would have to share some of the not so good ones too. You know, to be fully representative of the process. JF Raptor says sure. Okay. Retry? No, we're not going to retry that. But yeah, most of that was in my college / post-college days, just sitting in my bedroom alone at like 2 o'clock in the morning, just pressing buttons for like, does this snare sound good with this bass drum? How about if we go do 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 versus do 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 and stuff like that until it sounded cool. And a lot of the times it didn't sound cool at the end. Oh, what is this? Okay. Silly Dilla. Oh, this one! Can we hit this without having to actually pick anything up? Yeah, if we can launch the crystals that way, that's pretty sick. Yep. Yeah, maybe after this boss or so. Oh! Uh-oh. Go to the SoundCloud and we'll just, like, listen to a track. Yeah, I learned a lot about audio, like audio compression, just composing stuff and trying to figure. And there, if I were to go in now, knowing like what music sounds like in 2021, and I think I could do something that I think I could make stuff that would sound okay. It's definitely changed. The sound of hip hop has changed as. Like, I grew up listening to music that was sample-based, and samples had a lot of like musicality to them, and I built a lot of the music that I made trying to emulate that sound, and I just didn't have the musical chops to compose stuff like that, which was a big problem for me because eventually I got to a point where my musical ambitions outpaced my actual skills. And I know we missed a whole bunch of stuff there. But yeah, let's go retry that. Let's retry. No. We'll let it go. In recent years, as sampling has fallen out of style / gotten overly expensive, it has become a lot, the melodies have gotten a lot more simplistic in nature, and I feel like with my skill set, I could do okay with where the sound is now. And just kind of adapting to like more 808s, more sort of trap triplet hi-hats and things like that. Oh. I don't know if I would feel fulfilled making that. That's a different question. You know, do I like that particular sound? At least if I was trying to ape a modern sound, or, you know, would I try and make something that's maybe a little more lo-fi in nature? I guess, yeah, one of my beats, there's one of my favorite beats that in retrospect probably sounds very, it's very lo-fi, like decades before lo-fi was really a thing. Oh, I actually have... Okay, we'll finish this and then maybe we'll play a beat from SoundCloud. I wasn't prepared. Or oh, we get to be a plane? Get to be a jet, if you will. Oh, we're on a roller coaster though. Oh, okay. Got it. This is kind of cool. Oh, woof. Can we jump? I don't know if we could, but we'll try and get as much stuff as we can. Uh-oh. Oh, I dodged the sushi. Darn it. Okay. All right, we did okay there. Hit that switch, save this Waddle Dee, and then we only saved 2? Darn. Okay. Watch me catch a DMCA from my own music. Ugh. I mean, it is possible. This is one of the things that... Here's a public service announcement for anyone looking for music for their stream, and you see someone's posted like, hey, I made a whole bunch of music that I want to share with the community that's like royalty free and you're not going to get a DMC or anything like that. Don't trust it. Don't trust it. As soon as... Because yeah, one of the things about getting music that is truly safe for the internet is that it has to... You have to put it through like the tracking systems in YouTube and in Twitch and whitelist that music to say, hey, it's safe to use in these platforms. Otherwise, it's just going to get muted and flagged. Or someone else is going to upload it and put it under their name, and they're going to DMC you for using that music, which is intended to be for everybody. So be careful there. Be careful there. Right? There's music like T-Pain put out music like, hey, this is safe. Is it really safe though, T-Pain? And I know like T-Pain's a multi-platinum selling artist, but did he really go? I don't think he went through the legwork to actually protect that stuff from copyright, like from DMCA claims, especially when he even himself mentioned like some of that stuff uses samples that he didn't clear. So yeah, be careful which music you use. Maybe we'll take actually, let's finish this world. Let's finish this world, and then maybe we'll talk about the music. Where is there a beat here? Yeah, there's one particular beat we can talk about. Ooh, a random thing I learned. And this is something that actually matters to me now while I'm streaming, is that speakers sound different. The sound on a set of headphones isn't going to be the same as like mixing a song to sound well on every device is really hard because speakers are all built differently and they focus on certain frequencies and not so much on other frequencies. Certain volumes are louder than others. I have noticed with like my own stream that when I have the music mixed to be like my voice and the background is set to like have a specific balance to it, but when I listen to the stream, like listen to my stream in the car, the background is like insanely low and I don't know why. And like I wouldn't turn it louder for the stream because on like the headphones I listen to, I think it is perfect, but for some reason in the car it's too low. And it's even harder with music where you're very particular about specific sets of instruments, like do the hi-hats come through properly on the set of computer speakers versus on the car versus these professional studio monitors, like monitors as in speakers. And you kind of have to keep all of that in mind and try and find the right balance. And like, you're not going to get the mix that sounds good on absolutely everything, like perfect on everything, but can you find the mix that is good on as many devices as you can? How was it resolved? I don't know. Oh, you're eligible for branded content again? Hey. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but I'm glad that things worked out for you, Gao. Lee. Oh. But glad you can. Oh, what were we talking about just now? Oh yeah, audio mixing. And just having, like, when you're streaming, just because it sounds good in your headphones doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna sound good for everybody else. And your best bet is to, when you record your stream, to try it on as many different speakers as you can that you have around your house, or listen to in your car, listen in on your phone, on your headphones, and try and find something that sounds as good as it can on whatever devices you have available to test. And you can ask viewers as well to help you check. Audio quality and speakers. Yes, there's an art to it. And when you're looking for one of the things, if you've got speakers, like whether you've got gaming headphones tend to do this, like they advertise like having, when you buy headphones from music, like one of the big things is they oftentimes advertise having like bass boost, and the bass is louder in these headphones. Those are actually really bad for trying to mix music, because you're trying to listen to your audio in as neutral of a sound as you can to make it as representative of what everybody's going to hear. And if you're listening to your music with bass boost on, you're not able to interpret how much bass you need. You'll probably think that, hey, this is enough bass, and then when you listen to it on regular speakers, it's actually less than ideal. So that's something to keep in mind. Icy speakers in your dream. I was actually very close, like towards the end of my music making run. I had a pre-order, like I placed an order for studio speakers to hook up to my computer, and they only got in one of the two speakers, and I ended up just like forgetting about it before they ever ended up getting the second speaker. And that might have been a part of why I ended up doing less with the music, where I just didn't have the equipment that I wanted. Incredible advice. Oh, I'm glad I could help you out. Yeah, even if you aren't trying to be the next, you know, the Neptunes like Pharrell or a Timbaland or anything, you're just streaming and you're trying to get your audio right. Listen to it on as many different speakers as you can, your headphones, your computer speakers, your phone, car speakers, and just try and make sure it works on all of those things. Or at least well enough on all of those things, and try and adjust the volume so that it's not, you know, lacking in one place or another. Alternate Universe Jet is now receiving an Emmy, all because he brought up the speakers and his music's blue. Oh, I don't know about that, Gali. I don't know about that. I guess I should talk about the way I learned how to edit music is kind of crazy. I don't know if I could still pull it up now, because what I did was absolutely insane in retrospect. Like, people have technology now to just, like, you can hit a button and then make stuff, like, make two different songs match in tempo so you can mix them together. And I did it the, like, not even the old-fashioned way, just an insane way, but just out of ingenuity, I figured something out that nobody else was really doing. And it was just the technology that I had. And I don't know if I could show this with the program that I have now, Audacity. I'm not sure if everyone's heard of that. And I could show, like, my technique for what I would use to make stuff mix. It's ridiculous, but I made it work. Yeah, I guess I could talk about it before I show the method. Like, I can talk about the methodology before showing the thing. And what I would do is that I knew, like, and this would only work if the song had a steady tempo. Like, it needed a song that had, like, you know, persistent tempo, like a steady tempo. And what I would do is, if I have these two songs, I would calculate, like, here's the length of 4 bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, before it loops back around. And I would figure out how long it would take to go from that, like, first beat to the 4th beat, like the end of the 4th beat, so you make, like, one full loop. And then I would I'd figure out that time for both tracks, and then I would adjust the speed of either one or both of the tracks so that they were both the exact same speed, so that when I played them, like, on top of one another, they would both be on beat together. And that's how I would mix stuff. And I would take bits of, I would try and, like, recreate DJ mixes of, like, take these two songs and transition from one to the next. And I did it entirely with math. It was the dorkiest way to make music, but I did it. And it worked, and I got interested in that, and I made some really crummy mixes, and I would, like, throw in scratch sound effects, because I wasn't a DJ, I was a dude on a computer, and I would just, like, cut and paste those sounds in. But it worked. I did make mixes that did smoothly blend from one track to the next. It was kind of cool and ingenious. One of the more clever things I have done in life. You have Audacity, but you don't know how to use it. I mean, it's not... Most people use it for, like, very basic editing stuff. I wouldn't, you know, try and make an album on it or anything like that. But if you're, you know, editing a podcast, yeah, sure. Well, I guess you could do... We could do an album on it. It does have multi-track editing. And that's how I started. Then my cousin Ellis introduced me to a program called Fruity Loops, which is now called FL Studio. And was it Ellis that introduced? I'm pretty sure he introduced me. And I know one of my friends, Brad, was also getting into, like, he was like way into EDM at the time and was using another program called, oh, I can't remember. It had the, I remember the interface because it was replicating, like, having the, like, all the audio devices stacked on top of one another, and you had to route your own cables. It was crazy. Reason, that was it. Now you have an ad for a shaving company. I'm not. Are you watching? Are you getting ads on my channel? I'm not the one running the ads, unless you left. And if that's the case, welcome back. Uh-oh. You refreshed? Okay. All right, I get the sense. We're going to need to... How do we do this? And the shaver. Next time will be a hardly shampoo. We'll see. Oh, you're heading out? Thank you, JF Raptor, for dropping by. Hope you have a good night, and thank you for... Yeah, I hope you have a good night. Okay. Go, Kirby, go. We'll say, what are we... We're at, like, after 9, and we haven't beaten this world yet. I thought we would have been... closer. Now we're kind of in a little bit of a predicament here in terms of timing, because I was thinking maybe tonight would be the last one, but I don't think we are. Maybe we'll finish up this world, we'll have this music chat, and then I don't know, from there, and maybe we'll save the finale for Kirby next week. Okay, we gotta go all the way back. Yeah, FL Studio is like a music studio software where you program all the instruments and sequence everything, mix the levels of stuff. Go from there. Actually, there was one step. No, there was a step. There was another major thing I learned, and like I got really into learning about music production, and you know, some of my favorite music. I went to really appreciate the producers and learn the techniques that they would use to make their songs, like Dr. Dre versus like the RZA versus, yeah, I know, like Dr. Dre's big, like, oh, like what his big sort of production technique that he pioneered was that during that time in the early 90s when everyone was like sampling records, he would actually go in with a band and have them replay all of those parts. And what that ended up doing was his music sounded like way more high-end and it didn't sound like it was a record in the back. It sounded like a band, and his music just kind of hit harder than anything in hip-hop at the time because he had the benefit of a live band playing that music rather than a recording, a 5-second recording of a song from the 50s. And not to say that there's anything wrong with that, but it was a different sound that people weren't really doing at the time. The RZA was really big, yeah, the producer of the Wu-Tang Clan, and he brought forth like the incorporation of the kung fu samples, giving them like a very distinct sound. Timbaland had like these spacey, futuristic sounds with the stuttering drums was a big one, like that sort of vibe. DJ Premier had the scratch hooks Kanye West was the sped up soul samples. Like, I like geeked out about all that stuff, and we missed the gate. We missed one gate. Darn it. We did get through though, and we'll have to take that L. And so yeah, you know, I had like at the time when people had their favorite artists and their favorite rappers and your Daft Punks, I was like, I'm a really big fan of Just Blaze. And I was like, who's Just Blaze? He's the guy who did the beat for, you know, all these Jay-Z songs. And yeah, man, Just Blaze made some big hits back in the day. He was big around the same time as Kanye West. Just Blaze, Ninth Wonder. Shoutouts to Little Brother. And yeah, I just got like really geeked out into that whole scene, and I would read the liner credits of the albums that I bought and make note of who made what beat and try and figure out like what they did to make their sound a specific way. One of the coolest was Pete Rock, and how he got his sounds to work a specific way was that, you know, at the time, a lot of artists were just sampling the song as is. Like, you get this James Brown drum loop, and then you just, like, take a 3-second recording of it, and you loop it over and over again. And what Pete Rock was doing was that he was actually using, like, frequency filtering, like, you know, turning up the highs, filtering out the lows, and then just kind of isolating a range of frequency so he could isolate specific elements of a song better. Like, instead of having to wait for, like, if there's a horn section and there was like stuff in the background, he would just filter out all the other stuff and try and keep as much of the horns as he can so he could more cleanly mix instruments from different songs together into one track. So yeah, like all of that type of stuff I really geeked out about. Another one would be like Mobb Deep and Havoc and how he made his beats. And I think, yeah, one of the ones, Survival of the Fittest, the burr, 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 like the piano part. And that piano was actually like way faster and higher, and he like slowed it down and lowered the pitch to make it just sound so menacing. It's pretty sick. Oh, do we have enough homies to knock down the wall? I think we do. Yep. In the presence of the king. Hey, challenge the boss that's guarding this territory. All right. Cool. Is this Ringmouth Treasure? Okay, we can get this. Let's go for it. Gust for Glory Ring Voting Rush. Okay. Uh-oh. Hold on. I can't miss the second gate. I can't miss the second gate. Okay. Oh, and we just weave around and... Uh-oh. Okay. Gally says, stay up to date with Insta guides. Only share your content you create, have the rights to use. Maintain a... Don't post content you didn't create and don't have the rights to use. So those are the guidelines. Huh. I wonder if... Because... No, dude, don't worry about the text. I am all for the text, however much it might be. I always found that weird when people have, like, bots that say, like, you're speaking too much. Like, nah, I want all of the text. Don't tell viewers how much they have to write, and don't tell them to write less. I wonder, maybe Instagram saw, like, one of your art pieces and mistook it for, like, official art? That might be it. Okay. The Beast Pack's final stand, and then what is this? In the presence of the king. Huh. Oh wait, we did this. We did that. We did that. Okay, bail out. Bail out. Bail out. Your fan art is so good it looks like official art. Maybe. That might be the thing. Okay. In the presence of the king. I think, yeah, I'll share one after this. I'll play like one beat and then maybe share a story about like the making of. And I remember like one moment in particular with that beat. I kind of wish I was still making beat. I don't know. I have too many hobbies and I can barely keep up with what I enjoy as is. And yeah, there's certain things like I want to learn how to play a musical instrument, and I have a guitar here that I hardly ever play, a ukulele I hardly ever play. I have video games that I hardly ever play. At this point, the only real hobby I have outside of streaming is like Pokemon cards. And look, that's a lot of fun, but it does... Oh, whoa. Forgo Dedede with all the armor. Holy cow. Dedede going ham right now. Okay. Uh-oh. I think you have a good amount of hobbies. Allows you to talk gaming reviews and other nerdy pursuits. Yeah, I mean, like, that's part of why the name expanded. Like, after the blog was only meant to be about video games, and then I got really into board games, and then I got really into comic books, and I didn't want to limit the conversation on the blog to just video games, because I got interested in other stuff, and there were stretches where I wasn't really into video games, and all I wanted to talk about were the board games I was playing. So I just expanded in third person to kind of cover whatever I want to talk about. What? How did Dedede get all his health back? Stop running. I think that's a good choice to make. For the sake of chasing my content creator, making this a career, probably not. For my own happiness, absolutely. This guy is really tricky. For all the work I put into this, and I know I put in a lot, and I know I would be farther if I just focused it more on, one or a handful of subjects, but like, for my own happiness, I just can't. I would not feel fulfilled making content if I was tied to just making it about one particular subject, even if it's my favorite subject, right? Like, at the peak of my Street Fighter love, like, half my posts were about Street Fighter 4. Even then, I still wanted to give myself the opportunity to write about other stuff, because I just love other things. And I wanted to talk about all of it. Happiness is super important. It's arguably the happiest, well, the most important thing. Well, okay, survival is the ultimate thing, but there we go. Get out of here, DDD. Don't get hit by Forgo DDD's fire attack. Clear by using a second level evolved ability. Oh, here we go. Are we gonna be friends now? Uh-oh. What does the sleep ability do in Kirby games? Based on what I have seen, sleep has only done bad. Like you just fall asleep and you get stuck and you can't control your character, or you slow down a lot, and then all of a sudden, yeah, you get hit, you get hit by something that's moving really fast. Oh no! Oh no! No! Oh, DDD! DDD, no! Is he gonna make the ultimate sacrifice right now? Yes, he is! Wow. What a turn.